Welcome along to this week's BoyleSports Betzone with me, Nigel Seeley. The season is closing, but we have 4 massive games at the top and the bottom of the Premier League to talk about today. I'm delighted to say joining me and making his debut here on the BoyleSports Betzone is former Wimbledon and England U21 international Peter Fear. Peter, how are you?
Not bad, Nigel. Not bad, thanks.
Listen, not many people will know this, but you're a very keen punter. You've always liked a bit of a gambler.
Yeah.
Love you a bit of your football betting, didn't you?
I love my football betting. I look forward to it every Saturday. You know, get up and I look forward to my bets every Saturday. So I have a little treble, maximum treble, but I do have a go every week. And in midweek, yeah, so I love it.
And obviously from the tie you've turned up today, not too successful.
No, not very good, mate, as you can tell, but it's Saturday to come.
OK, let's have a look at the Premier League action. We're going to start off with the first game of the weekend. It's Leicester against Newcastle. Leicester absolutely flying at the moment, but they did get beat 3-1 by Chelsea last time out. Nigel Pearson said he was compared the journalist as an ostrich. Said, can you put his head in the sand? Can you put your head in the sand and bend over like that?
I haven't tried it for a few years, Nigel. No, but I'll give it a go, mate, yeah.
The old back might go there.
Yeah, it could go now, yeah.
Let's have a look at this game. Leicester, though, are on a good run, like I say. This is a massive game, and if they do win, it brings Newcastle back into the equation, the relegation. Leicester even money favourites. So this one, Peter, what's your thoughts?
After last night, I would have backed the even money Leicester, but I think now they're sort of stuck. They won 4 on a bounce, and now that is a sort of a major loss for them last night. And Newcastle desperate for win. They're in all sorts of trouble, all sorts of pressure. So look at the draw there, 5-2.
Yeah, you like the draw of 5-2.
Yeah,
I mean, Newcastle lost their last 7 games,
yeah.
but a draw probably will suit both sides, wouldn't it?
Of course it will, yeah. A draw put Leicester 5 points clear of the relegation zone if Burnley and QPR don't win. So that should be enough, I should think. But they'll be going all the way out for the win, but the draw looks good. Good value.
5-2 the draw. Leicester even money. Newcastle have lost their last 7 matches, I said, in the Premier League. And they've only won 5 and lost none of their last 9 matches against Leicester City. So they've got a good record.
Fantastic record, yeah, but they are poor at the moment. They are poor, but it's not a game that really appeals to me. I want Leicester and Newcastle draw. Beat me being a QPR fan. I want to keep them all down there, but I can't see nothing more than a draw, really.
Draw for Peter there at 5-2. I actually quite like Leicester. I think that that win, the first half against Chelsea, they've had exceptionally well, and they have been beating teams at the bottom. And I think Newcastle in serious trouble. They were the first team to have their espadrilles on, and I think Leicester to win at even money is one of my bets in my enhanced treble, which will come on later in the show. Obviously, Newcastle have a good record, but at the moment, you could not back them with anybody's money. OK, moving on to the Saturday night evening game. Manchester United chasing Champions League spots. Well, little much, pretty certain Champions League spot. They're at home against West Brom. Their odds on favourites 4-11. Very hard to disagree on this one. You look at their record. West Brom have only won 1 of their last 21 matches against Manchester United. And if you look at them, Manchester United just never ever lose to West Brom. West Brom have failed to score in 10 of their last 13 league visits to Old Trafford. Can they score? And can they pull off a shock?
No and no. It's a poor game, really. Manchester United will finish 4th. West Brom are safe. It'll be going through the motions. Do you think they'll finish
4th? Don't you think they'll beat Man City?
No, not at all. They're 2 defeats now. I've knocked them there. They know they're going to finish 4th, and they'll be happy for that. Settle for getting in the Champions League.
4th means you have to go qualification in Uzbekistan in like June.
It does. But they will attract players now, Man U. They will say, right, we've got Champions League. We want you to come through, get us in the Champions League. That will be their sort of carrot to the players they're going to sign. They've got a few players they want to sign and a few they want to get rid of. It's a nothing game, but Man U will win at a canter. It'll be a cruise.
Now, if you're looking for a first goal scorer in this one, the double bubble, where BoyleSports will offer double the odds if your goal scorer scores inside the first 20 minutes. Wayne Rooney has scored in each of his last 6 Premier League starts against West Brom. That's 7 games in total. And he scored in 15 of his last 16 Premier League games at Old Trafford. If you're looking for a goal scorer, it's going to be a bit of a rout. Double the odds. Fancy Rooney?
Yeah, well, the BoyleSports offers fantastic offer in the first 20 minutes, considering he's going to take the penalties as well. And look at West Brom. Man United will come out flying. West Brom, a physical side. Bang, first minute, 2-3 minutes, penalty, Rooney steps up, double your money.
And also he takes the free kicks as well. Man United have failed to score in their last 2 Premier League games. They've not failed to score in 3 consecutive games since August 2007. So goals look certainty on the menu here, and I fancy Manchester United goals, and I think this is going to be very one-sided. I like Man United to win this by about 3 or 4-0. I really do. I think it could even be more. The minimum West Brom are going to get is a 3-0 defeat for me. What do you fancy?
Yeah, 3 or 4-0 Man U. I think they won't score West Brom, so that's what I'll go for.
Now, the best bet for me in the game is Manchester United to win to 0, which you can get bigger than even money, 23-20. That looks absolutely good thing. West Brom, like I say, always fails to score against Manchester United. If you do fancy West Brom to score, they've scored the highest percentage of goals from set pieces of any other team in the Premier League this season. No surprise.
No surprise. They'd set up like that, pretty rigid, so yeah, that's no surprise.
What score are we going for?
I'll go with you, 4-0.
4-0 Man United,
Yeah.
but Man United to win to nil, probably the obvious play and the best way rather than the 4-11. And if you are playing the 4-11, make sure you put them in the weekend accumulators as your bankers, because we can't see anything other than 3 points for Manchester United. And a trip to the mighty Uzbekistan champions away.
Look forward to that. Yeah,
first.
that'd be good.
Okay, Chelsea, they're at home to Crystal Palace. Win this game, they're the champions of England. They are going to win on Sunday. They're 4-11 to win the match. Crystal Palace are 10-1, 4-1 the draw. If you look at this game, it all looks as though it's going to be a Chelsea win. They've got a great record against Crystal Palace. They've lost just once in their last 14 matches, but Alan Pardew has won 4 of his last 6 Premier League matches when he's been coach against Chelsea. First of all, what do you make of Chelsea? Boring or spectacular?
Well, it's no one's favourite second team, are they? You know, but they are the best team in the league by far. Hurts me to say it because they're not good to watch, but who cares? They're 13 points clear or something. They've won the league easily. So no one. I was chatting to a couple of friends of mine at Wimbledon. I won't name who in case, but they were saying they're no one's favourite second team. Chelsea. People don't mind Man United. Don't mind Tottenham. Don't mind Arsenal. Yeah, they're quite good to watch. What do you think about Chelsea? If you're not a Chelsea fan, you don't like them. Doesn't matter. The Chelsea fans love all that. That's why they're champions. They're all against it. It's like siege mentality.
That's what Jose Mourinho likes.
Yeah.
Pretty much the sort of the days when you were in the crazy game kind of thing.
Yeah, but people didn't mind Wimbledon. They didn't mind Wimbledon. It was a different thing. You didn't like playing Wimbledon. You hated playing against Wimbledon, but then if we was playing against Chelsea or Tottenham or West Brom, everyone wanted Wimbledon to win. They was a lot of people's favourite second team, you know. But with Chelsea, it's because they are probably the best side. People don't like the winners. It's happened to Man United, and they are the best side and worthy champions.
Worthy champions indeed, but they are very short. Are you going to make money at 4-11 to win today? It was 2-1 early in the season at Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, and it was also 2-1 last season in this fixture. Do you think Palace can score it on the pace? They've got pace on the break. They could.
They have, but Chelsea's defence. I mean, they did concede last night, which is unusual, but their defence is rock solid at the moment, and that's the best they've been for a long while. Chelsea. They've got another season that defence. Then it might start cracking a bit, but Palace won't score. I know the score of that game.
What's the score?
It'll be 3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea.
It will
you heard it
be
here first. It will be. He knows the score. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely very confident. 3-0 a Chelsea win, and you probably get around about 10-1.
Yeah, I think so. That's a good score.
3-0. I think Palace might go and get a goal. I think Bolassi's got pace. I wouldn't like to have a bet on it. I think there's better options this weekend, but I think Palace got a shot. I disagree, Pete. I know the score, and it's actually 3-1. Let's have a look at some double bubble. There's no strikers. It's the big problem for them. You know, Diego Costa's out injured. Drogba, he's older than you, isn't he, Drogba? But you know,
he's about 52. Yeah, so he's just about the same age. Yeah.
But if you're looking for a goal scorer, John Terry scored midweek. Is that kind of John Terry's game, you think, for the double bubble?
No, I wouldn't do a goal scorer because they don't know what team they're going to play. They'll play 6 midfielders and they'll still be too strong. So leave the goal scorer alone. Like I say, Nigel, not going to carry on. It's 3-0.
Okay, 3-0. We're not going to carry on. We're going to move straight on. We're going to move straight on to Super Sunday afternoon. Tottenham against Manchester City. And 3 games which really look quite, to me, not really betting attractive, but this game certainly does. Tottenham 11-4 to win this, 21-20 for Manchester City, and 11-4 the draw. Tottenham have just kept 1 clean sheet in their last 11 Premier League matches, and if you look at this game, one thing is absolute certain: goals, and lots of them. 35 goals in the last 7 matches between these two sides, averaging 5 goals a game, which brings in over 2.5 goals, over 3.5 goals, and maybe even over 4.5 goals.
Both teams to score, Nigel. What's the odds on that?
Well, that's the third part of my treble. It's 1-2 with BoyleSports. Very short, but you know, if you look at it, if you look at the match here, 6 of the last 7 games between these two sides, both teams have scored.
Yeah.
And with the attacking flair they both have, you've got to see goals.
Has there been much shorter odds than that in a game this season in the Premier League?
Probably not. Probably 2-1-4-9 is about the shortest you get.
They'd be relaxed. Man City are playing okay, you know, but they scored 3-2 at home to Villa the other day. Villa could have had 5. Man City could have had 7. Tottenham would be at home. I think maybe the second last game might not be their last game at home, but no, the 1-2. It is short, but I like it.
1-2. I like it a lot. It's my part of my treble that comes on. If you're looking for the goal scorer here, though, it's a straight match. It's Aguero against Kane, going head to head to see who can be the top Premier League goal scorer. What do you fancy in that battle?
It's a tough one. Aguero looks dangerous every time he gets the ball. Harry Kane's had a great season, so he'll want to go off on a high, Harry Kane. So who's taking the penalties? They're both taking each other. They are. So back them both.
Back and both. Aguero
at BoyleSports as well.
Aguero 7-2 at BoyleSports scored the first goal. Kane is 9-2. Aguero scored all 4 goals in this fixture. Sorry, in the reverse fixture in the season. It was 4-1. And I think he scored 3 penalties in that game. Talking about penalties, how important it is. And he scored the first goal in the game last season. He scored 7 goals in his last 3 matches against Tottenham. Harry Kane's yet to score against Manchester City. And for me, it's all about Aguero at 7-2. Hopefully, he can get an early one like he did in those last 2 games and land the double bubble. And then you're talking decent money. 7-1 BoyleSports will give you if the Argentinian scores the first goal inside the first 20 minutes, and that applies on all Premier League games this weekend. Okay, here's my treble this weekend, and an enhanced 13-2, a very tasty price to end the season with. We are going for Leicester to beat Newcastle. I think Leicester will beat Newcastle. We are going for Man United to win to 0 at 23-20, and we're going for Tottenham and Man City, both teams to score at 1-2, and that pays 13-2. Before we go on to that, we've got one more game to talk about. Monday Night Football, Hull against Arsenal. Repeat of last year's cup final. Arsenal 7-10 to win this. Hull 9-2. There's a whole side that beat Liverpool last time out and beat Crystal Palace the time before. Haven't conceded in 2. What do you think?
Still need to win, Hull. Not completely safe. That's helped. But Arsenal playing well, Hull playing well. Draw. They both settle for that.
Draw 29-10 with Peter. I actually think this is a very difficult game for Arsenal. I think the week before the FA Cup, couple of weeks before the FA Cup final, they've got some home games which are winnable, and I like there's a draw as well here. But I think there's a better way to play. I'm going to go for under 2.5 goals. I don't see many goals in this. If Arsenal do win it, I think they'll win it 1-0, and if Hull win it, I think they'll win it 1-0. But it's very hard to shut out this Arsenal side. The only team that have done it in the last 35 games is Chelsea in their last outing 0-0. Peter, what's your banker this week?
Chelsea 3-0.
Banker?
Banker. It's the banker. 3-0.
3-0 Chelsea.
I'm not going to go for even money, 1 to 2 shots. I want me punters to win money. 3-0.
3-0 Chelsea.
Buy myself some new clothes.
He needs it. He needs a shirt. Buy himself nice. You haven't seen the shoes. I can see them from here. So he needs Chelsea to win 3-0. I'm going to go for both teams to score. A bit different, 2-1 on. But I also think if you play all the goal markets in the Tottenham v Man City, you can't go wrong. Okay, that's been the Premier League Betzone here with BoyleSports. Peter, thank you very much for joining us.
Nigel.
We're all off around shopping to get Peter Clear some new, nice, tasty wardrobe. See you all next week.